Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay. Transitioning to the behavioral module. The 2 or 3 things that I'm focusing on in my behavioral plan are avoidance, overstimulation, and emotional dependency. And each can look like the other. For example, overstimulation can look like something. Emotional dependency can look like avoidance. Avoidance can look like independence. So the 3 things that I am dealing with in my behavioral plan are emotional dependency behaviors, such as not being able to leave a person for a given period of time or after a given period of time, or to stop a fantasy about a person at a given time or for a given period of time. Not being able to tolerate being either with or without the person or a fantasy during a given period of time. All of this can apply to love relationships or any kind of relationship, but we're dealing with limerence here. People include the people that I'm partnered with currently, or the people that I feel close to or have strong feelings about, or people that I really look up to where it's important that I know what they think of me. The opposite of that is autonomy and emotional independence. Prolonged stimulation, with or without stimuli, external stimuli. It can be either in my mind or it can be out there. So that may alter my mood in a negative way or adversely affect my physical health or my functioning or cause a burnout. Stimuli includes fantasy. Define interfering with my functioning. It can affect dealing with my real world issues, such as having to get groceries or interact with people or make phone calls or do anything that might cause me to be triggered, cause my trauma to be triggered, which was generating this obsession. Attachment issues. All right. Avoidance. Let's see. The opposite of overstimulation is self-soothing. I need to learn self-soothing skills. Avoidance. The opposite of avoidance is embracement. Being able to accept that I have needs and wants and be able to identify and differentiate what a need and a want is. Avoidance, anti-dependence on intimacy or on love or on people, including my partners. The opposite of that is embracing. I have a lot of trouble with that embracing because it feels to me still like overstimulation or emotional dependency. And autonomy looks too much like avoidance. So you know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's the issue that I'm dealing with in my behavioral plan. Turquoise movement behavioral module. And the principle next to the behavioral module is integrity. Turquoise movement behavioral module. Another thought I have is when I'm having to deal with real world issues or function, I experience a typical withdrawal because I'm actively moving out of my addiction and doing real world issues like functioning in the real world, interacting with other people, or getting tasks done, even washing the dishes, doing housework, doing self-care like eating or grooming or activities of daily living can feel like that's an interference with my practicing my addiction, my stimulation, my emotional dependency. It's hard for me to pull out of a fantasy world when I have to get things done. Now, I can differentiate between the fantasy world and the real world. This is not a psychotic break. This is addiction to fantasy, maybe maladaptive daydreaming. According to the community, I don't like to call it maladaptive daydreaming. Maybe something like compulsive being in the other world instead of in the real world. The real world has not been satisfactory all my life, so I feel like I need to be in this alternative world, this imaginary world, whether it's perchance or whether it's an organic imaginary world in my mind. But no matter how you slice it, I have to pull out of it to take care of myself or to get things done, like pay the bills or go run errands or make healthcare appointments or other appointments or other interactions or engagements. Like, for example, I had to talk to the Cox Communications Company about something, or I have to talk to SDG&E or some other whatever, or I have to talk to Wells Fargo or credit card company or Social Security or Medi-Cal. That involves dealing with people. It involves dealing with real world issues that cause me to have anxiety. And I'm always relieved when I get them done. And most people will unplug and just have a cup of tea and watch a favorite TV program or listen to a record. I like to go on perchance or entertain my imaginary lovers or be entertained by them. And that's probably okay for someone, but if I feel like I'm in withdrawal or in a shock or a depression or a lowered mood when I have to deal with real world issues. Another participant in the Turquoise movement mentioned that I could be going through withdrawal from an addictive drug, my own biochemistry. This is Carol in the behavioral module in the Turquoise movement. They say you marry your family. Well, I'm not going to get married anymore, so to speak. They say that you get in a relationship with your family, so to speak. Well, I don't want any more relationships. I'm not sure when I'm going to get over my family issues. You fall in love with people that are like your family. It's home. Well, I don't want to keep going home. No more relationships. Also, I'm going to change my focus on YouTube just a little bit. I'm not going to watch as many professionals as I used to watch. Although I have a lot of respect for their work. I do. I really have a lot of respect for my subject. But I think these days I'm getting more out of clicking on videos from peers, from people that are like me. I'm not going to drop names, but people that maybe aren't as famous on YouTube or as prestige, or that aren't using their YouTube channel for authorship or services. I've subscribed to some channels that most of them do monetize. I don't even qualify yet, but most of them do monetize, and some of them have memberships, and I can't afford to join those memberships or pay any of those people. I can't afford to pay for their services, but I really get a lot out of peers because I can relate to them, especially the ones that are struggling with mental illness, the ones that are struggling with financial issues and world issues and social issues, and even sometimes political issues. They can't get enough from their government, enough benefits or whatever. I can relate to that. So I'm gonna not just focus not just focus on psychology or politics or social issues, but all of it. And I'm gonna click more on videos. I have been doing that actually, but I just want to share about it. I feel closer to people that are struggling as I am. not just people that have a story of recovery, or people that have that have climbed out of their struggle and make money, and make money with what they do. It's hard sometimes to make that money, and it's hard sometimes to even know what you can do with your life. I'll be a little solipsist right now. It's hard for me to know what to do with my life if I'm still not even sure what I can do except make YouTube videos. And the algorithm still makes me struggle. I'm still at the bottom of the bulletin board, so to speak. And I'm putting together a blog where these videos will eventually be adopted on, so that the work, to be sure, my work will be searchable, hopefully. It's hard to search it. And also, if any of you want to know what Turquoise movement is, it's not a movement like an organization or a group. It's inside us. It's inside me. The modules and the principles that I made up, that I wrote about, that I thought up, are a movement, are emotion, are a kind of moving. All right? Until next time, this is Carol.